Okay, so here is a lymph facial routine designed to help drain any excess lymph fluid that's collected in the face and the head and the neck. There's going to be 7 different points that we're going to work on, and all you need is a soft toothbrush. So we're going to start with the terminus, just at the top of the collarbone. We're going to do a few different types of sweeping, so some gentle sweeping in towards the heart. Moving from the center outwards, then a little bit firmer, still sweeping it in towards the heart. Then turning the brush over and tapping gently from inside to outside of the collarbone and back in. And then finally, a scooping motion with the back of the toothbrush. Moving over to the other side, gentle sweeps in towards the heart, moving from the center outwards, then a little bit firmer. And you'll notice that I'm breathing deeply, turning the brush over and tapping. The breath is what helps the lymph to move because it doesn't have its own pump. Sweeping. Good. Okay, second point, we're going to move to here, just behind the angle of the jaw, below the ear, where it dips in there. Again, we're wanting to sweep this time downwards, so we're coming towards the heart. Then a few that are a little bit firmer. Turning it over, using the back of the brush to tap. And then finally just scooping downwards. Other side. A little bit firmer. Turning the brush over and tapping. And scooping. Good. Okay. The next spot that we're going to go to is underneath the chin and the jaw. So we're going to do both sides, starting with one side, sweeping gently outwards. And then a little bit firmer. Turning the brush over and tapping. And then gently scooping. Other side. A little bit firmer. Tapping. And scooping. Then we're going to move to this area right here in front of the ear. So just in front of the tragus, sweeping downwards towards that point just below the ear. A few firmer strokes. Gently tapping. And scooping. Other side in front of the ear. Some firmer strokes. Turning the brush over and giving it a tap. And scooping. Okay, the next one is along the jaw, coming into the center underneath the eyes, where the jaw dips down here in between the nose, coming off the nose. So we're going to gently sweep out. A little bit harder. Turn the brush over and tap. Scooping. Other side. A little bit firmer. Tapping. And scooping. And sometimes you can feel it draining. I can. Feels really good. Feel this more space opening up here. Okay, and the final 2 spots that we have are just up here at the temple. So sweeping that. Little bit firmer, coming down towards the ear. Giving it a little tap, little scoop. Little firmer. Tapping. And scooping. It's normal if there's just a tiny little bit of redness from the toothbrush, but we're not going too hard. And the final spot is at the back of the skull. So you're just going to take your fingers, find the bottom of your skull bone, and we're going to work on one side on each of the spine. So turning around here, I can show you where the spot is. It's just at the bottom of my skull to the side of the spine. And so I'm going to gently sweep around towards the front. A few firmer strokes. Turning the brush over and giving it a little tap. And then scooping. Feels a little bit tricky, this one, just because you can't see what you're doing. A few firmer strokes. Giving it a good tap. And scooping. And then I just like to come back and clear the terminus one more time for good measure. Give it a tap and a scoop. And just finish with a couple of deep belly breaths. And that is your lymph facial routine.